What's up?
We're live.
According to who?
I hit the button.
What?
It's 3:30. I had to do it.
Hey, I got an alert. You'll never guess who's live.
There's no way you got an alert.
Huh?
There's no way you got an alert.
I totally got an alert.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
From Facebook?
Yeah.
You don't respond to any Facebook messages I send you.
Yes, I do. You know what I don't respond to? Threats. No, you know what I don't respond to is like, oh, look, Johnny sent me a message in his chat. Oh, look, 15 people responded to that chat. Oh, look, it's a whole conversation I didn't ask for.
Actually, most conversations are conversations you didn't ask for.
I asked for this one today on WarPod number 106. Tonight on the WarPod, we are going to be talking about We Have Stories, hashtag the Captain Marvel Challenge. We are going to be talking about the twice canceled, once removed, free roaming Star Wars game by EA, never to happen. We're going to talk about the Pokemon Go class action lawsuit, and we are going to be talking about Alfonso Ribeiro and his claim to the Carlton dance. However, before we get started, we always do the same segment, and that's we talk about what we've been playing / watching, but not today. Today we're getting gimmicky.
What's happening today?
Today, Johnny is going to try a bit of cuisine that he's never tried before.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking briefly about, like, he's just got a bunch of ramen, like, here in the studio.
Yeah.
And
it's there for safekeeping, I guess.
I was asking him if he's been eating dry ramen, and he scoffed at it as if it wasn't a thing. But there is a way to eat dry ramen, and some people prefer it. So, Johnny, let's try some dry ramen, shall we?
Oh, God.
Get us a couple of packs. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it.
Okay.
Now, if you like video games, sometimes you get snacky. Those two things are not connected. You don't have to get snacky and play video games, but if you like to snack and play video games, by the way, this is poison. It really is. It's bad for you.
Yeah, there's absolutely no nutrition in this.
And it's super salty.
Yeah, just.
All right, so I'm not going to finish my pack, but Johnny, this.
Oh, I have to?
Yeah. This is a way to eat ramen, okay? And you might like it. No, don't. Do not open it. All right. What I need you to do is I need you to crush this up. Like, get it real crispy.
Sure they're loving this on our mics.
Like, it needs to be, like, a fine, like, no solid points in it whatsoever. All right.
Oh, it's just the powder.
Okay. Not too much.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, that's perfect. All right, now we're going to open it. Because the thing is, Johnny, I bet you didn't know that these...
Are you going to open the flavor pack?
Take out the flavor pack, man.
Are we going to spit in this?
Johnny, don't get too kinky on me. All right.
Can't help it.
All right. We're opening the flavor pack. Now, Johnny, I bet you didn't know that, like, instant noodles are a really particular kind of noodle. Drop some of my flavor pack. Oh, there's a bunch of crap on this desk. I guess I'll eat that too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so get your flavor pack in there.
Mm-hmm.
Do whatever you need to do to make sure the powder isn't going to escape while you shake it up.
This is dangerous.
You're good, man. You're good. Don't even smooch about it. Okay? All right. And once that flavor is all up on,
Okay.
take out a dab.
Dabby do.
Eat it. What do you think?
It tastes like ramen.
It tastes like ramen.
Just harder to eat.
Oh, it's not.
It tastes a little stale, but I mean, you boil it and it becomes noodles.
Yeah.
So.
But it's not a thing.
Yeah, I can see why some idiots would eat this.
It's not like eating dry spaghetti or something, you know?
No, that's much harder.
Mm-hmm. So, Johnny, have I changed your mind?
What was my mind before?
You didn't think that this was a thing.
No, I believe you, but it can't be that big of a thing. Like, it can't be a normal thing. Why am I still eating it?
Because it's not bad. And the best part is, you can throw your trash in with the food, and you'll never know the difference.
All right.
All right.
What's our first topic?
You just ate it.
Yeah, what's our second topic?
The second topic, I didn't.
By the way, I've been doing a lot of experimenting with the audio, so if you're watching the stream, let us know, whether on Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch, if it actually sounds okay.
Let's talk about the Carlton, Johnny.
The Carlton? Oh man, I didn't put a set of images for that one, so we're just using the standard image until...
It's fine.
All right.
All right. So...
The Carlton Chew.
Dumb. Okay. So apparently Alfonso Ribeiro has, for the past year, been trying to stake a claim to the Carlton.
Right.
And now it is in NBA 2K whatever.
Well, but it's also in. I thought what really triggered it was that it was in Fortnite.
Probably. It's probably just
because he's realizing how much money he's losing out on.
I mean, I guess. Like, okay. So the thing is, apparently, that choreographed works can be copywritten or can be copyrighted.
But it seems odd because generally, like in the case of the Macarena, you want people to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, okay. When it comes to this kind of thing, and I think that people go overboard with it often, is like copyrights exist so that people can't encroach.
Right.
On.
Well, they can't make money off of something that you created.
Well, no, it's so that if you intend to make money off of it, they can't steal money from you. You know what I mean?
Steal money from you?
Yeah, essentially, it's like, okay. It'd be like if I wrote a song. If I wrote a single. No, okay. Better example would be if you wrote an album.
Right.
And it had a hit song on it. It's called "Have You Seen My Butt Lately?" And it's the most popular.
In parentheses, because I haven't.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the most popular song on your album. Then I release a single of the same song. People aren't buying your album,
right? Because
they're buying my single because it's cheaper.
Right,
and that's why copyright exists. And the thing is like overall, like people were gonna buy Fortnite anyway, and people weren't going.
They're not buying it because of the dance.
Yeah, people. I think that people might, and I think you're right. People are more likely to like search like Alfonso Ribeiro, like YouTube stuff. Because it exists. Right. You know? Okay, instead of all this, what he should have done is if he doesn't already have like a big YouTube channel, he should have started his YouTube channel.
And put up content related to the dance.
Yeah, like how to do the Carlton. It's like, hey, if you like Fortnite, you want to show all your friends the Carlton, here's how to do it from the master.
Right.
Yeah, that would have been the thing.
Right. He could have hired a team, and they could have come up with a really good strategy for actually capitalizing on that.
Yeah. Or just do what I said.
Yeah, I just don't think you should. Being someone who does YouTube stuff, if I was in his position, I wouldn't do it by myself. I would want help.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. So the question here is, do you think he's actually losing out on stuff?
Yeah. I think
No. Because of what Fortnite and EA Games did and EA Sports did. Do you think he's losing out?
Well, in the scenario we just talked about, like he could have made money off of it, but is he directly losing money because of? No.
Yeah. Had they excluded it, would he be?
He wouldn't be making money otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like whether the game existed or not, and whether his dance was in it or not, he's not losing out on actual money. He should be smart and just capitalize on it and make money from it.
Okay.
It's because of his popularity, because he's losing out on an opportunity, and instead he's trying to litigate it, and I don't think he's going to get anywhere.
I agree with that, and he's not.
Yeah.
So because law is interpretive,
Right.
Do you think that you should be able to copyright what is essentially 3 steps?
No, I mean, there's a line there. I'm not sure where that line needs to be. Because choreographing a dance, I don't know. That's hard. That's a hard one for me. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm going to guess. Okay, this dance, no.
Right.
Because it sets a precedent of like soon it'll be one dance. Okay, everything on
Soon
YouTube.
I'm gonna copyright jazz hands.
Okay, everything on YouTube is like published, right? Like it's technically a published work.
Are you trying to copyright a dance
I'm
move right now?
copyrighting a dance right now.
All right.
I call it the oops.
Okay. That's it.
No one can ever do the oops again. And if I see anybody stumble or think they're gonna walk one direction and then not, I'm coming for you.
Nice.
I cannot keep my mic on today because I don't have a lapel.
What happened to it? Oh, just do what I do. Where are you putting the mic?
On my shirt.
It's not staying? Quit jumping out of your seat.
I can't. Okay, I'm a kinetic boy.
Okay.
Can we get heads? Remember when we used to have headsets?
What's that?
You remember when we used to have headsets?
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun.
I guess.
Okay. But here's my question. Choreograph works can be copywritten. Like, why? I haven't looked into it, so let's parse it out logically. Like, let's take.
Well, if you have a dance troupe and you got a signature move, and people come all over from everywhere to see your dances, and you put on you sell tickets to your show.
Yeah.
I mean that's a thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess.
It's like imagine, but like I feel like dance, and like the artist in me wants to say that art is art is art is art is art. You know, you have a right to it.
Sure.
But you know, some of them are some art is inherently different. And so like imagine that you put on Cats with different music and makeup, you know, like it makes the dance at least feel different, right? And people are still gonna go watch Cats,
Right?
Because yours isn't Cats,
Right.
Yours is just moving to Cats when you really have. I'm gonna guess like some Rachel Ray self-help tapes. That's what people dance to. That's my understanding.
Rachel Ray?
Yeah.
Isn't she cooking stuff?
She makes dog food.
Oh, but she also cooks human food. Sorry, I'm just trying to get more people to watch her stuff.
Is anyone watching it?
No, not currently. Just me. Start a watch party.
Start a watch party.
Everyone's gonna come and watch.
Woo! All right. But you know what? To cover my own ass, I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, you should be able to choreograph like whole signature dances. The Carlton.
Yeah. Like that's a rough one.
Because the thing is, it's so simplistic, but it's so iconic.
Yeah, I don't know if he was the first one to do it, but he's the one that made it popular.
He's the only one to do it publicly.
Sure. We've all done it in our underwear in the privacy of our own homes.
Wow, I wasn't going to go there. All right. Nevertheless, so I guess where do we end up on this one? Like a solid meh?
Yep.
All right.
It's our standard rating.
All right. Which one do you want to talk about next, John B. Dim?
Let's talk about Star Wars video games.
Star Wars video games. We're gonna leave the really controversial topics to the last where fewer than none are watching. Would you like to finish?
Yep.
Typing.
Well, here we're gonna bring everybody in when we're talking about this new topic.
Okay.
A new Star Wars.
Okay. So, you know more about this than I do.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you introduce the topic?
Okay. So essentially, what happened because this is the history of this particular issue. EA has exclusive rights to the Star Wars video games.
It's like 2013, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly when it started, but that sounds about right. And so Disney made a deal with EA and to this exclusive rights for 10 years, starting roughly about that time. And we are 6 years into that agreement.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that's significant is because they only put out 2 Battlefronts and 1 mobile game. And there was a video game that they announced. They said they're working on. It had some really good, well-known people involved. The name's escaping me right now. But anyway, so everyone was excited about it. It was supposed to be some type of third-person action adventure. You said you looked at it and you said that one of them was an open-world game.
Yeah. Well, okay, let me stop you right there. How many games should they have been able to create in this time?
We should have at least gotten 1 or 2 more.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So around 1 per year. Well,
2. Well, I don't know. I don't know how if it's longer, if the development time is longer or shorter for a mobile game. I feel like those are almost not quite. I don't want to make it too simplistic because I know making video games is hard. Mm-hmm. But with the resources that EA has, I would imagine they would be able to get out.
And they could have teams working simultaneously.
Absolutely, because they have the resources to do it. They could just hire a third party developer and say, hey, this studio, you guys are going to work on this game. You guys are going to work on this game.
Yeah.
But anyway, there was a lot of anticipation for that one game that was supposed to come out, but it was canceled, and the assets were moved to a different studio, and they were going to start another game. That game was recently found out. There was someone who broke the story recently that game was also canceled.
Right.
So now we're on the 3rd try and more than halfway through the 10-year period.
I feel like this is good news.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean it's fewer EA games.
Mm-hmm.
Like all we've ever wanted EA to do was stop, and they're doing it stellarly.
They've put out some good stuff. They have made some. There've been some serious.
They
missteps.
have. What are all the EA games? I bet there's one I like.
There's sports games.
Well, you know I don't play sports games because why?
Hey, look, I got a computer in front of me.
Yes. Okay. Every EA game.
No.
Forever.
No.
Okay. Every
best
EA game.
EA games.
Okay. What's the metric for best? Like, if we're talking
best
about,
rated.
Okay, sales, like that's going to be all of their sports stuff because there's this crazy population of people who like
Madden
play sport games and like it's also the only thing they play and they're disconnected from the culture.
Okay, so they published Titanfall 2. Respawn was the development team or the developer that worked on it.
I understand that was popular. I never played it at all.
It's really good, yeah.
Okay.
Battlefield 5, they published that.
Okay. Nobody liked that.
I'm sure some people liked it. Okay, there's some more Madden. UFC 3.
Okay.
A Way Out. I've never heard of that game. Battlefront 2.
It's serviceable.
Battlefield 4. Battlefield 1.
No.
Battlefront.
No.
Sims 4.
No.
Need for Speed Payback.
No.
Madden 17.
No.
Mass Effect Andromeda. Nobody liked that game.
No.
Left 4 Dead 2. I don't know if you guys heard that. That was my notification.
It's just like Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica. Okay, let's turn the volume off on my phone.
I don't know anything about Left 4 Dead 2, but remember, we're looking for one that I'll like.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a fun one. But it's a first-person perspective shooter, but it's also a really cool co-op.
I didn't like Inquisition.
Dragon Age Inquisition.
Nope. I didn't like
Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2.
No.
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
No.
Burnout Paradise. That is a good game.
No.
Okay. Sims 3.
No. I didn't even play Sims 2.
Alice.
No.
Dead Space.
No. Although I did buy it. I haven't played it
People
yet.
love that game.
I haven't played it yet.
And I'm sorry, I played it.
Okay.
I stopped playing it because I got frustrated with it. I didn't think it was that good.
Was it scary?
A little bit. There's some jump scares.
EA doesn't make good games, Johnny.
There are.
And they never have.
Best works. Okay. Let's try another list. Real quick. Just real quick.
Okay, what?
No, real quick. Oh, Mass Effect 2.
No. Worse than the first one.
It was awesome. I'm not gonna sit and argue with you. Mass Effect 2 was good.
We're looking for one that I'll like, and no Mass Effects.
No Mass Effect at all.
No Mass Effect at all.
All right. Well, these are the ones that sold. Burnout 3.
No.
Dragon Age Inquisition.
No.
Mirror's Edge.
No.
Dragon Age 2.
No.
I don't know what that is. Oh, GameCube? Yeah, Marvel Nemesis.
No.
Star Wars. We already did that one.
No.
Dragon Age Origins.
No Dragon Age of any kind.
Crisis.
Never played it.
Skate 3?
No. Okay, if they put out The Sims, I like The Sims.
Okay.
That was fine.
Oh, they've done Black and White.
Oh, okay.
Did they publish that, really?
Black and White was cool.
Electronic.
Oh, Beetle Adventure Racing. Yeah.
You remember that one?
Yeah, and Beatles Rock Band. Okay.
So we know the gist of what
they have made 2 good games.
In your opinion.
Ever.
In your opinion, yes.
Okay.
But there's some good ones in there. Mass Effect 2 is good.
So what they were planning with this was a third-person, free-roaming, sandbox-style Star Wars game. Which I don't know about you guys, but I'm sick of. I'm absolutely sick of the sandbox. I'm just one character, and nothing I do technically matters. Like it's dumb. Like
I know you're tired of it.
It's just like
I'm not.
Not every game needs to be that.
No,
like,
that's true.
And like we were talking about this before. Like when games started, like there were levels, right? And not a curmudgeon. Games need to be the way they were. But then Zelda came out, and it was a sandbox. It was kind of the first sandbox game. And then Super Mario 3 came out, and it was a map-based...
It had overworld, yeah.
Overworld, yeah.
Yeah, which Final Fantasy did as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, so there's a lot of ways to do it. Final Fantasy worked a lot more like Zelda, where you walk around looking for the adventures and you go into them, and you're introduced to a different map. You know, in Mario 3, there are stages and you select them, and there are like different paths to go on and secrets to find, and the game is kind of different in that arena. And you can, and the thing is that video games have never been more technologically advanced. So why is the creativity being crunched down?
No, you definitely have a point there. And what's happening, what we've seen, there's always been a trend, especially in the last 10, 15 years. You see a trend happening, like you see this mash of, just for one example, is one trend that happened was RPG elements and action adventure stuff getting combined into its own little thing,
which we never lost. That's
still happening. But what's happening with these especially the bigger businesses, especially like EA and bigger publishers, is that they're trying to find trends so that they can maximize profits. That's what's it comes down to, bottom line. And so that the open world thing was the same thing there. You see more open world games because it seems like those do sell well. Like you brought up Zelda. Breath of the Wild was a huge hit. Yeah. So that's the reason we're getting it. The bottom line is you're trying to maximize profits.
Breath of the Wild was a huge hit, but we also have to respect how different Breath of the Wild is from your typical sandbox.
You're right. No, it is. It's very different. What I'm getting at is I'm just trying to explain why we got where we are, and what's happening, and what they don't realize, and what they're not being smart about, is that there are still plenty of really it needs to be innovative, is what I'm saying. The modern video game, we need to kind of break the mold and get away from these trends, because you're right, they do get boring, they get tired. And so I think bottom line is we need to tell EA what they need to do with the last 4 years of this agreement. What Star Wars game do you want to see?
Johnny, do you have a pitch for me?
A pitch for me?
Yeah.
For my video game?
Yes.
I've got some ideas.
Your perfect Star Wars video game, if you were to make one today, what would you go for?
I would want them to...
We planned this!
I've got a few different ideas. Let me get through the runner-ups before I go to my what I do want to see them do.
Okay.
I would love to see them do another Knights of the Old Republic. Because the first 2 in that series are really good. If not that exact...
I never played 2.
I didn't either, but and I heard it wasn't quite as good as the first one. But anyway, what I would like to see is an RPG, a Star Wars RPG, that's in the same vein as those. Those, I believe, actually were taken out of canon. So they would change it. They wouldn't do a direct sequel. They would do something that fits well into And we want to see stuff in Star Wars that tie in, that are canon. I think that are stuff that you don't get to see in the movies, like in the in between stuff, like what happened between episode 6 and 7, something in there, you know, something
Okay.
something to tie the two trilogies together.
Possibly the genetic fabrication of the meatball aliens that attack in episode 7.
That would be something.
Just-
Yeah.
You know what? It would be okay. We want to get into like the Solo extended universe that I think Disney had some highfalutin ideas of like creating
Yeah.
movies about all these characters. Like
I would,
Han Solo,
I would love to see a
the
Han
Lost
Solo.
Chapters.
I would love to see a Han Solo. Yeah, between Solo and his first appearance in the movies. We can do some stuff in there. You can do a lot of fun stuff.
No,
in
no,
there.
I'm talking about between 6 and 7.
Okay.
Because like he breaks ties with the Galactic Rebellion.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, and like goes and becomes a junker again. And so why?
That would be a really fun game. Okay.
So that's a story idea, but how would you structure the game?
That's what I'm saying. So I would love to see actually a galaxy jumping adventure with Han Solo, where you actually become an independent junker or whatever. You're an independent mercenary of sorts, or smuggler.
Yeah.
And actually you just let people free roam the
By the way,
galaxy.
Don't be a Ryan Johnson. Know what galaxies are. they're not jumping galaxies.
You're right. No, I would love to see that where you actually you get to man your own ship, you get to build your own ships, you get to and actually manage the resources of the ship, and then and actually go and take jobs. And sometimes you might get betrayed. Sometimes you need to go on different adventures and leave it completely open. I know we're trying to get away from the open world stuff, but I think that would be a lot of fun.
Okay.
That's a little bit different. But what I was going to get to,
And also, it's a piloting game, which are never done nowadays.
Right.
Or at least it's a hybrid, where you might go onto planets.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Play some Bazak, shoot some aliens,
Do
steal some ships.
make money however you want to do it.
Yeah.
But really, what I think would have been an easy solution to get, you could make a lot of money on this, is to make another 2D platforming Star Wars game.
And okay, for some of our younger viewers who may be skeptical, there was an excellent. What's up?
I forgot to change the background. Go ahead.
Okay. There were a couple of excellent Star Wars games. There were the Super Star Wars series, and also people forget this. This was like around 2003, 2004.
Yeah.
There was a game called like Luke Skywalker Jedi Master
Stop shaking the table.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Be nice to me. Ask me nicely.
Please stop shaking the table.
Of course, Johnny.
Thank you.
And like it was just Luke Skywalker getting down with a lightsaber 2D style, which one of the reasons I absolutely like that game is because it's got escort missions in it, and like you've got to save Leia from the Death Star and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like she's a hoss, like she's never in your way, and she's always murking guys left and right. Literally only left and right because that's how the game's structured.
Here's what I'm picturing. I'm picturing a game that is similar to the Super Star Wars, Super Return of the Jedi, all that kind of stuff. But I want it to be as polished and as creative as Shovel Knight, while being a similar character selection structure and uniqueness to the characters as Super Mario 2. So you can select which character you want to run through the levels with.
Okay, well Super Star Wars did that, right?
What, character selection?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I remember being forced to use certain ones.
It's later in the game,
okay,
which very few people get to
right.
ever. So.
Yeah. But I would love to do that and have the challenge difficulty be very well spread out, so people can get into it and build their skill level and eventually beat it. Make it super beatable, but still a challenge. And just
like have the solutions be there beyond like weird stuff. Like people don't think about this too much, and it's certainly not a big part of games anymore. But like memorization used to be a big part. Like I just have to know that this fireball is going to come at me at like a rate of like like 4 frames per or like 60 frames per second or
Right.
60 pixels per second. That's too much.
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely. And then, and the great thing and the beauty of that is that game would not take a whole lot of time to develop, and you could release it on every single system.
You can make a mobile version of it.
Yes, you could.
Although, you know what the next big, like, if there's any hardware developers out there, we need a controller that works for all of our games.
Yes.
that plugs into it. That plugs into our phone.
Yes.
And actually, no, I got a good idea for it. I'll talk to Edge. I just had a
We're
really
just gonna
good,
develop something.
yeah.
So what's your Star Wars game that you would like to make happen?
Picture it, Sicily, 1922, a young Luke Skywalker. No, you don't like it?
I don't like the setting.
Okay. I have an idea called Jedi Enclave. And basically, it merges games like Jedi Power Battles. You remember Jedi Power Battles?
I know of it.
Or maybe less like Jedi Power Battles and maybe more like, okay, maybe we don't have an excellent example of this in Star Wars, but it should be a third-person action platform adventure. So like it's not just walk around, beat 'em up. The levels have a little bit more meat to them. But the hook is that you're the.
This is a third person's perspective, and this is the one where you actually fought other people with lightsabers and stuff.
That was Jedi Power Battles, which
Yeah.
it felt more like something like Final Fight.
Yeah.
Or Streets of Rage. Where
Gotcha.
like the only point was to like get down and smash some droids.
Okay.
But this is going to be this would be a third-person action adventure game centered around Jedis, and the hook is that you're not like you're a character, but you don't customize too much about your character because you're busy customizing Jedi.
Yeah.
And you may collect other Jedi, or you may collect Padawans and like train them up in the way that you see fit.
Mm-hmm.
And so like you'll garner a young Padawan or a young Padawan. You should probably get them when they're more like you shouldn't get like a 2-year-old.
Right.
You should see them develop over the course of maybe 5 hours of gameplay into what you want them to be. And so you'll start putting them on, say, the Guardian track. And so, and how you'll do this is by controlling them out on missions and using your lightsaber more.
So you'll have a team of Jedi.
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't know exactly how to do it, but there should be a division between losing a round and dying.
Okay.
Because if you die, that Jedi is gone.
Right.
Off your team, train a new one.
You know what this reminds me of?
Huh.
This not well-known game for the original Xbox called Gladius.
I remember Gladius, yeah.
I love Gladius. But you did that. You managed your team. And if they died, they were dead. And it was very sad. We had a character that lasted until the very last fight. He died, so we didn't go back to.
You told me that.
Yeah, we didn't go back to our previous save because like this is poetic. This is a poetic way to go.
Yeah.
We just let him go.
Because you're supposed to lose them
Yeah.
throughout the game, and this one just lasted.
Yep.
Yeah. But I think that would be fun because I think that, and maybe it speaks to my own personal taste.
Yeah.
But like, I used to play. I haven't played a lot lately because I've been doing art, which is like it's actually what I liked about a lot of games was customizing the character.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I would play a lot of DCUO. Just because you just get to make superheroes, and like afterwards you get to play around with them in a world, and it's fun.
Yeah. No, I like that. That would be a game that would probably get a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the thing is that if you gotta make your microtransaction loot box,
Your microphone's pointing into your shirt.
this isn't a good microphone, Johnny.
Okay.
If you gotta make microtransactions super trendy loot box time, like, yeah, that's
Aesthetics.
fine. Huh?
Aesthetics.
Not only like if you want to make it like a doofy play to win thing, like you literally open up a box, special Padawan, whatever, new gear, stuff like that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
For your Padawans.
Yeah.
There could be special training stuff to add to your enclave. I think the biggest one is like probably the most difficult one to train up would be a counselor, because if you send it out on like something that's going to have a lot of counseling stuff to do, like there's less risk for death.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, I guess like psychology, like experimental psychology laboratory. I don't know what you'd call that in Star Wars, but like essentially like personality training stuff.
Yeah.
This is the kind of stuff that you get out to your enclave, and I think it'd be fun because you just get to pick their gear and aesthetics, and man.
No, I agree. That is a good idea. I think we both have great ideas, and I think EA should be on it and making it happen.
EA should not only be watching this, but listening to us and paying us at the moment. Why did you turn off your whole computer?
The fan was getting loud, and I thought we could hear it.
Okay.
Over the mics.
No, that was just the rustle of my shirt. How long have we been going? Do you have any idea?
Well, yeah, about a half an hour.
Half an hour? Okay, that's good.
Yep. I just 1 second.
All right.
Sorry.
You know what's weird? I'm like really, really sleepy right now.
Maybe because it's warm.
No, like it's kind of middle day. Maybe I'm a little sick. Okay. This one, I don't know that we'll be able to talk about at length, to be honest, because I think we both just agree.
With which one?
Pokemon.
Pokemon!
By the way, is anybody watching?
Maybe.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get the code.
All right.
So
you can slave your computer?
Yeah. Control from here.
Okay.
Yep.
Pokemon.
Pokemans. Yep.
Since 2016, Pokemon Go, Niantic, the Pokemon company, has been embroiled in a class action lawsuit involving their a perceived behest on their part, or a perceived incentive on their part to get their customers to trespass.
Yeah.
And Niantic is saying, okay, our fault. We'll go ahead and change some things about it. Johnny, have you ever trespassed in order to play Pokemon Go?
I may have. I only played it for a little bit of time when it first came out. I probably didn't, but I don't know if I did. I basically was over at a beach, and I walked really far away from the actual beach into a little area that may have been private property, but I don't know.
Was there signage?
I didn't see anything.
Okay, so you could have just been on a walk and done that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's got nothing to do with Pokemon Go?
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
okay.
Sure. No, the thing, yeah. It wasn't, even if I was trespassing, I don't think it was a big deal at the time. They would have been, hey, get out of there. And I'm like, all right, cool.
I hung out in a parked car that was running in a church parking lot for about 7 minutes straight at around 2 a.m.
Okay.
Is that... I don't even know if that's trespassing.
I don't...
Like, I'm just in a car.
I think it depends on the church.
Huh?
It depends on the church.
It's called Mount Sinai?
No, I don't know. I don't know. It could have been.
Well, like, I think your car's allowed to be places, especially if it's still running. It's not like I was asleep in there.
Right. No, I think both of us were probably safe.
Okay.
But
my favorite thing about that is that the church was a gym, and that's why I was there. And so I conquered Mount Sinai.
There you go. Okay. Is Pokemon Go liable for people trespassing because they're trying to get at Pokemon that are on private property?
I don't play the game enough to, like... First, I haven't played it in at least 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Second, I never played it enough to actually recognize differences between versions.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like you'd have to... Like, Niantic would literally have to say, oh, yeah, trespass. like that, like the splash screen. Like
Yeah.
the splash screen has always been like, watch out for stuff.
Right.
Which, by the the first time when they put that out, it was this picture of
Gyarados.
Yeah, it was red, and he was looking down his phone, and Gyarados
Yeah.
was like, be aware of your surroundings. And I thought, okay, so there may be Pokemon everywhere. That's what I thought. But what they meant was it might be you like look up from your phone.
Yeah, don't cross the street while you're staring at your phone.
They've always been trying.
Right. They're worried about your safety.
Yeah.
And liability of their own.
Something that they're doing now, part of which to quell concerns of people is that if you're there's some kind of like raid party. There's a kind of raid party you can do. I don't know exactly how it works. But if your raid party, and that's not what it's called, I don't know,
Yeah, that's probably not what it's called.
Is 10 or more, then it gives you a notification to not cause property damage.
Oh, that's fair.
Did we need it? Like we're
Again, the legal department at Niantic probably said we have to put this in here.
I think this was a request.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because like a lot of it is all stuff like telling you, okay, watch out, you're trespass. Like don't trespass, don't destroy other people's things, and like I don't think it's the app's job to do that.
It's probably going further than it needs to.
Yeah,
and I think it's we agree that we ultimately don't find the company responsible for your personal choices. Mm-hmm. If there is a Pokemon that's on a property you're not supposed to be on, how is the game supposed to know that it's not supposed to be there?
Yeah,
I think that's really what you have to think before you do things.
Now
it's not Pokemon Go's fault for you jumping into a yard that has 6 Doberman Pinschers that are very hungry. Like that's not their fault.
6 Doberman Pinschers on St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
Because they're gonna get you. They're gonna pinch you, Johnny.
They're gonna pinch you.
Okay. Now one thing that does make sense is now and I'm surprised they weren't doing this, but they have to maintain a database of complaints, and those complaints need to remain in their system for up to a year. I think I've thought of an elegant solution for this, like because the only real problem is the trespassing thing. Because okay, like the nuts and bolts of it are like the Niantic actually does put goals within their game inside of private property. It does so procedurally. It's not like trying to do this.
Right.
But it is what happens. And I think that if there's a Pokemon and you know it's on if you know it's on private or restricted property, it should be really easy to report that I can't get to this Pokemon because it's in a place I'm not supposed to go.
Right.
And like
if you get so many of those, then you probably should trigger something that actually removes the Pokemon.
Yeah, like it could actually it could be done using an algorithm.
Right.
But beyond that, no, like it's really bad. Okay, but here's the thing. We're looking at this. We are looking at this, and just right off the top of my dome here. We're looking at this as adults.
Right.
There are plenty of kids that play Pokemon Go,
and
you are responsible for the ways in which you coerce children to do things.
Sure.
So maybe that's a larger part of it.
Maybe.
Would you say so? Like, looking at it through the lens of kids playing this game. Oh, look, the Pokemon's over there. I don't have as much life experience. I forget about stuff like trespassing.
Would the responsibility go on the parents then?
Yeah.
To train their kids to not go into places they're not supposed to go? Maybe a little? This is a hairy subject.
That's a hairy subject.
I'm not sure.
I would guess... Okay. There should be a whole blurb. No, and
Legal?
I think there should be a whole blurb just for the parents.
Sure.
That explain the risks of Pokemon Go, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, they used to do that with video games all the time.
Yep.
Specifically for epileptics. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and they would tell us not to do drugs.
Yeah. We never got one for Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2? Oh!
Yeah, because
okay.
Incredibles 2's got a big flashy boy.
Oh,
right,
yeah,
right in the middle of the movie.
That's right.
Like the best that I got was actually, remember in Parks and Rec, when they were auctioning stuff off to raise money for probably the lot for the Pawnee Commons.
Oh yeah.
And Ron made what was easily like an $1,000 table.
Yep.
And he put on it good table $400.
Yes.
And it was 11-point font, and it was left
Yes.
it was left aligned.
Yes.
Like that's what it looked like. It was just this printed out sheet that it has come to the attention of the management that some elements of The Incredibles 2 may have deleterious effects on people suffering from epilepsy, and it was like taped to one of the box office counters.
That'll work.
Yeah. Pokemon Go, that's all you need. Just tape that to every Starbucks.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So Johnny.
So.
Easily our most controversial topic because it's difficult to talk about. It's difficult to talk about Captain Marvel without anybody claiming something against you. One, be it a liberal or conservative extremist, one of them is going to be upset that you said anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Johnny, I want you to know that there's this new hashtag, and it's called the Captain Marvel Challenge.
Okay.
There's this company called Girls Incorporated, and they are teaming up with what is it? We Have Stories, as well as GoFundMe.
Sure.
And they are collecting money so that young underprivileged girls can go see Captain Marvel.
Because she's a good female role model.
She's a good female role model.
Okay.
Because she's an alien.
Okay.
Also because she's an athlete and a test pilot.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
People are saying that this is a good thing. We need to show our female role models. Other people are saying this is just like the strings are being pulled by Marvel Studios to literally get people to donate a charity and the money for that charity goes directly into their pockets.
Okay.
What would you say?
When you first brought this up to me, my first reaction is that there could be controversy over any type of charity that isn't directly benefiting or going towards needs, health, shelter, stuff like that, food, and this one doesn't bother me a whole bunch. I think the right thing to do, if you're Disney and you know about this, is to just...
Which they do because Brie Larson tweeted. It was kind of Brie Larson's idea.
Yeah, so I think that Disney should just donate a bunch of money and just let the kids go see the movie.
Yeah, because the goal's like $10,000.
Yeah, because
it's not much.
People donating money with buying tickets that then cycles back and the money goes right back into Disney. That bothers me.
They should meet.
Yeah, they should meet it. Whatever they raise, they should just meet it. Yeah.
Right.
And I think on top of that, maybe do something else on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Like do something else for these girls. Like maybe it might be too much to just give them money for college or something like that.
Vaccinations.
Something.
So you know they don't got them.
Yeah, we have a measles outbreak.
Yeah.
Measles was declared dead.
Yeah.
So in the U.S.
Which, Johnny, if it were dead, how did it come back?
I know, right?
Okay.
I don't know.
So, maybe you should check your science and pay a little bit more attention to my anecdotal evidence. Okay. By the way, vaccinate.
Yeah, do that. It's a joke.
Whatever you're...
This is a bit.
No, it's like... The thing is people think that, like, vaccination is, like, structured in belief in politics. Nope.
Science.
It's science. Go do it.
Science is a thing. Go do science. But back to the Brie Larson thing. I feel like, I see why people have a problem with it. And I think that Disney should do the right thing and just end the controversy by just doing stuff for these girls. You're right. Or Brie Larson's right. Positive female role models are good for women who are underprivileged and not underprivileged. All the girls need positive female role models to look up to. And
You're right. We should have a big screening of Elektra. Why?
I just don't.
Because it was bad.
That's part of it.
We don't know if Captain Marvel's going to be bad.
We don't.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be boring.
I think it'll be fine.
I think it'll be as fine as any other.
My preemptive expectation. Preemptive expectation score. I think I'm going to give it a 72.
I think I'm going to give it a 65.
All right.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be just a doofy by the numbers Marvel movie, like all of them.
I have not been wowed by the previews, by the trailers at all.
It's woman flies around and projects energy.
Right. And then there's that one guy I saw in the other Marvel movies, and he doesn't have the eye patch anymore. I'm like, oh, hey, it's that guy.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
And he likes cats.
And 90s nostalgia, which of the nostalgia has got to be the weakest.
I guess it depends on when you were born.
I suppose so. Like, Rugrats was not cool enough for me to geek out over.
I've never been crazy about the Rugrats.
Oh, and like Rocko's Modern Life, they're like trying to push that one too.
Yeah. When I see 90s toy commercials though, I get a little nostalgia.
Well,
it strikes me right there.
I mean, there was some really good stuff.
Yeah. I thought they were just fun. The commercials were fun, and they remind me of some of the toys I had.
You know what? It'll probably wind up being a 70. Like, there's nothing that's going to annoy me about this movie, probably, but there's nothing that's going to wow me either.
What really gets me excited is how they're going to tie that into Endgame.
I mean...
Wait, is Endgame coming out first?
I don't know. It's coming out soon, isn't it?
One of them, I think Endgame's coming out in April.
Now, as far as this issue is concerned, my reaction was very much like yours. Like, we should be doing like actual necessary things for the kids. Mm-hmm. But then I was looking at it and I was like, how is this really distinguishable from like Toys for Tots? You know, there's all sorts of charities that do the absolutely necessary stuff, but then there's quality of life stuff like Toys for Tots, Locks of Love, other alliterative things.
Yeah.
I guess like rhinoplasty for rookies. There we go. But yeah, there's quality of life stuff that underprivileged kids are just meant to enjoy rather than just saying bread and water.
Yeah, absolutely.
This but what you said about it feeling odd, because like take Toys for Tots for example, they just ask individuals to buy toys. They're not like, hey, go make sure it's Hasbro, Playmates, you know, get real specific about the product.
Right.
And this one is being real specific about the product.
We know where that money's going.
Yeah. And so you're right. There's nothing inherently wrong with it because it's just and okay, the 70 score that I'm anticipating giving it is very jaded adult.
Sure, absolutely. There are going to be plenty of girls that watch this movie that are going to love it.
Yeah, kids are going to like this movie. It's just a person flying around projecting energy.
Right.
So the kids are really going to like it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you're right, because we're being so specific, and they're not even asking that much money.
No,
they're not. It's kind of localized to the LA area. Like, Marvel Disney should just match them.
Right.
Whatever money they got out of it, they should pump right back into it.
And the same thing. This has already happened. Like they not. What I'm saying is they've done something very similar with Black Panther.
Yes.
There was like an entire class, I think, that went and saw Black Panther. The underprivileged kids, and they loved it. It was great for them. And I don't think that it was wrong for letting them do that. I just think we should be conscious of where the money's going.
Yeah.
And know that Disney's benefiting from this.
Johnny, you realize what we've done? We've middle roaded. We haven't picked a side. Unsubscribed.
You're unsubscribing?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
From myself.
I will too, but I'll end up reneging on that. And then
that is not how you. I declare bankruptcy.
I just want you to know that just because you yell something doesn't mean make anything happen. But Captain Marvel, I did confirm, is coming out before Endgame, the month before. So this is March.
Okay, so I'm surprised that Endgame is coming out so soon.
I'm ready for it. I don't want to wait any longer.
I'm ready for this to be over.
I want it to be done.
Can we just start making normal movies again instead of it being like movies aren't supposed to be a series of things.
There are. I just want to say this. I know it's going to sound a little hoity-toity or whatever, but there have been some great works of art in movie format that have come out in the last few years, and I think these movies can distract us from those works of art.
Yeah, and we were talking a little bit about how like video games have all become one thing because they're trying to maximize profits.
And the true creative genius in video games is being ignored sometimes.
And movies are doing the exact same thing.
Right.
Movies that are okay. I'm not going to say objectively, but subjectively better as pieces of art themselves are thrown by the wayside because we have to try to make the Universal Monsters a franchise.
Let's help people out. Let's give them a suggestion for a movie that's a work of art that they need, that it's come out in the last couple of years that they need to see. I'll go first. You can think about yours.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, mine is going to be Hereditary, which was done by what is it? 24. It's a studio. I think it's Studio 24. I can't remember, but they're the same studio who put out The Witch. Both those movies are great. Hereditary is so much better. It's in the horror genre-ish, but it's one that can be appreciated on many levels. It is spooky in all the right ways, and it'll creep you the hell out. If you have children, beware. You may not want to see it. Just throwing that out there. But anyway.
What's mine?
Yeah.
How to Be a Latin Lover.
All right.
And on that note, I think it's time to say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. I can do this remotely now.
Oh, right. We'll actually stop when we mean to stop. And it's going to be one click of the button, and you're not even going to cut me off mid-sentence or anything like that.